Sri Ramachandra Krpalu Bhajaman is a stuti, verses of praise, composed by Goswami Tulsidas ji, who invites Sri Rama to reside in our hearts. It was written sometime in the 16th century in a combination of Sanskrit and Braja languages. Sri Ramachandra Krpalu is the 45th stanza of the Vinay Patrika, one of Tulsidas ji's last compositions. Interestingly, Vinay Patrika is a humble letter of petition addressed to different devatas, primarily Sri Rama, for help against different types of binding desires and forms of adharma. Infused with love for Bhagavan Sri Rama, it talks about his glories and invites Sri Rama to reside in our hearts. We will play the bhajan sung by our beloved Guru Pujya Swami Dayananda. His bhava to Sri Rama and the meaning of the words will move you to tears. After each verse, we will pause, see the meaning, and proceed. We might dwell on some of the words.
Ramachandra Krpalu Bhajaman Arana Bhava Bhayadarunam Ramachandra Krpalu Bhajaman Arana Bhava Bhayadarunam Avakanjalochana Kanjamukakara Kanjapadakarutarunam Navakanjalochana Kanjamukakara Kanjapadakarutarunam Ramachandra Krpalu Bhajaman Arana Bhava Bhayadarunam Ramachandra Krpalu Bhajaman Arana Bhava Bhayadarunam.
O mind, revere the compassionate Sri Ramachandra, who removes bhava, sorrow, bhaya, fear, and darunam, scarcity or poverty, who has fresh lotus eyes, lotus face, and lotus hands, lotus-like feet, and who is like the rising sun. The mind is a flow of thoughts. Hence Tulsidas ji says that we can easily direct the mind. Bhajamana, O mind, revere and worship Sri Ramachandra Krpalu, who is extremely compassionate. We see Sri Rama's compassion across the Ramayana, from his compassion and understanding of his stepmother, to him getting off his chariot out of respect to walk with the elderly citizens of his kingdom, who are struck with grief about him having to leave Ayodhya, to his compassion for the rishis who seek protection from Sri Rama to kill the asuras in the forest, to compassion for Sugriva's condition and agreeing to help him, to his compassion for the elderly Shabri, who gives him the bare fruit but only after tasting it. His tales of kindness and compassion are endless. May Sri Rama do haran or remove bhava, the sorrow of becoming. We struggle to accept ourselves despite achieving a lot and trying to become better at many things. No matter how much we try, we are still plagued by I am not enough. This bhava, problem of becoming, can be removed by the love and acceptance of Sri Rama. Our growing love for Sri Rama makes us see that indeed I am acceptable and lovable. May Sri Rama take away bhaya, fear. Bhaya or fear prevents us from living a complete life. The fear of failure in starting something new. The fear of giving up a comfortable but stuck in a rut kind of job. The fear of committing to a long-term relationship. The fear of disease and dying. We can be stuck and feel so paralyzed that our days are colored by fear, and slowly the tentacles of fear start to spread into all areas of our lives. May Sri Rama take away Darunam, poverty and scarcity. Not having basic necessities, one is always in a survival mode, trying to just get by from one day to the next. A lot of the street children I worked with were just focused on getting enough food to eat and a safe place to sleep. There was no time nor attention for learning or building a foundation for life. Sometimes we can be so anxious about money that we can be consumed only by money. We have the ability to think of so many other issues, but we do not. And even if we have basic necessities, some of us may be always focused on what I do not have or the scarcity mindset rather than what I already have, which is the abundance mindset. A scarcity mindset leaves you feeling overwhelmed, depressed, and paralyzed. On the other hand, an abundance mindset, focusing on what one already has, leaves you feeling excited, motivated, and ready for action. The second line, Navakanja Lochana, is a description of his physical form. Kanja means lotus. The uniqueness of a lotus is that it belongs to the pond, and yet its leaves are untouched by the waters. Droplets do not wet it, but become pearl-like formations on its surface. Sri Rama is of the world, and in his Swarupa remains untouched by the world. He is the one who has Navakanja Lochana, fresh lotus eyes, Kanja Mukhakara, lotus face, and lotus hands, Kanja Pada, lotus-like feet, and like Kanja Arunam, the rising sun.
Kandarpa aganita amita chavinava Neela neeraja sundaram. Kandarpa aganita amita chavinava Neela neeraja sundaram. Vatapita manavu tadita ruti suti Navumi janaka sudavaram. Vatapita manavu tadita ruti suti Navumi janaka sudavaram. Sri Ramachandra Krpalu bhajan Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram.
His image exceeds countless Kandarpas or Cupid-like Devata, like a fresh blue-hued cloud, magnificent. His yellow amber robes appear like flashes of lightning, pure and captivating. Revere this groom of Janaka's daughter. Kandarpa, also known as Kamadeva or Manmatha, with his arrows of nothing else but flowers, invokes the latent love in people's hearts when they see and spend time with each other. With just one Kandarpa Devata, people become so loving to each other. And Sri Rama's image exceeds countless Kandarpas. Kandarpa Aganita Amita Chabi. Sri Ramachandra is Navaneela Neeraja Sundaram, is ever fresh like a blue blooming lotus, and ever so magnificent. Manahu, O mind, may you revere this form in Patapita, yellow amber robes, which are Tadita Ruchi Shuchi Naumi, shining like flashes of lightning. His beauty is gleaming. He is Janaka Sutavaram, the consort of the daughter of Janaka.
Bajadina bandhu dinesha danava Daitya vamshani kaldanam भजदीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंश निकंदनम रघुनंद आनंद कंद कोशल चंद दशरथ नंदनम रघुनंद आनंद कंद कोशल चंद दशरथ नंदन श्री रामचंद्र कृपालो भगवन श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम.
May you sing praises of Sri Rama, who is a friend of the poor, who is the Lord of the sun, who destroyed the clan of the Danavas of Danu and Diti, who is the dear one of Raghu, who is a source of happiness, who is like a moon for Koshala Desha, and who is the dear one of his father Dasharath. Bhaju Deena Bandhu. May you worship Sri Rama, who being the warrior prince, did not sit in his ivory tower. He was always a friend of the poor and the helpless. We see this during his entire time in the forest, as he met sages, vanaras, and other beings. After the battle was over and he was crowned the king, the description of Ramarajya says, while Sri Rama was ruling the kingdom, the world was bereft of thieves and robberies. Every creature felt pleased. Everyone was intent on virtue. No one felt worthless. People survived for thousands of years with their children, all free of illness and grief. Dinesha. Sri Rama belonged to the solar dynasty and stood in the lineage of Surya Bhagwan. He is the lord of the day and hence the sun. Danava Daitya Vamsha Nikandanam. Asuras like Hiranyakashipu and Raktabija were born to Diti, and Sri Rama destroyed the clan that had wreaked havoc and were trying to usurp the powers of the Devatas. Raghunanda. Raghu was the name of Sri Rama's great-grandfather, and the entire dynasty is also referred to as Raghukula or Raghuvamsha. So he was dear to Raghu. Ananda Kanda. He is the root of all happiness. In fact, even the word Ramaha comes from the dhatu Ram, which means to revel in, to delight in, to be joyful in. Sri Rama's father Dasharatha was the ruler of the Koshala Desha, and so his most beloved son Dasharatha Nandanam was Chanda Koshala, as enchanting as the moon for the people of his region.
Tiramukunda kundala tilaka charu udar anga vibhushanam. Tiramukunda kundala tilaka charu udar anga vibhushanam. Ajanu puja shara chapadara sangrama jita kar dushanam. Ajanu puja shara chapadara sangrama jita kar dushanam. Shri Ramachandra Bhavaya Daruna. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram.
Sing praises of Sri Rama, who has a beautiful crown on his head, who is adorned with ear hoops, who has a beautiful colored mark, tilak, on his forehead, who is decorated with beautiful ornaments, who has long arms reaching his knees, who holds a bow and an arrow, and who defeated Khara and Ushana in a fierce battle. We love beauty. We love to gaze at a beautiful form. And when that being is Sri Rama, we want to keep gazing at him such that we capture him in our mind's eyes. Like when we go to a temple for darshan, we have only a few seconds. And in those few seconds, we try to capture the glorious image so that when we return to our work or our home, we can return to our Bhagavan in our mind's eye, so that we can be anchored again and again. Kara and his twin Dushana were the cousin brothers of Ravana. After Lakshmana cut off Shurpanaka's nose, Kara fought against Rama and Lakshmana. During this fight, Kara was killed by Rama, who also killed his brother Dushana. There might be a pun on the word Dushana, which means pollutants such as our cravings that prevent us from seeing the reality as is.
इति वदत तुलसी दास शंकर शेष मूलि मनरंजनम् इति वदत तुलसी दास शंकर मम हृदय कंज निवास गुरु कामादि कलकल कंजनम् मम हृदय कुंज निवास गुरु कामादि कलकल कंजनम् श्री रामचंद्र कृपाल भज मन श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम.
Thus, Tulsidas says that Sri Rama is the one who pleases the minds of Lord Shiva, Shesha, and sages. May you always reside in my lotus-like heart and destroy the effects of binding desire, anger, and greed. When Sri Rama resides in our hearts, Mama Hridaya Nivasa Kuru, there is no room for obsessive desires and the resulting anger, jealousy, and hatred. When Sri Rama resides in my heart, there is love in my life, love for purpose, love for the roles I play, and love for the people around me. When Sri Rama resides in my heart, there is love for dharma and love to do the right thing. What is dharma if not love? Sri Rama.